America is often seen as the land of freedom and opportunity, but when it comes to public transportation, that freedom often means one thing: owning a car. According to recent data, 91.7% of U.S. households had at least one vehicle in 2022, and 22.1% owned three or more. Now, compare that to Japan, where only about 56% of people own a car. Why the difference? A major reason is that nearly one-third of Japanese commuters choose public transportation because it's more convenient. Their trains are clean, reliable, and always on time, even in smaller cities. But here in US, that's not the case. So why is public transit in the US falling behind? Let's find out. In 2019, Americans took about 9.9 billion trips on public transportation. Sounds like a lot, right? But here's the kicker. Japan, with less than a third of America's population, recorded over 31 billion trips that same year. That's more than 3 times the US number, showing how deeply ingrained public transit is in everyday life there. And it's not just a one-off. According to a recent study, New York City stands alone as the only major US city with a significant rail network where ridership has actually increased since 2012. Meanwhile, in many other cities across the country, ridership has dropped. North America carries the fewest rail passengers per year of any global region, just 3.7 billion out of the 53 billion rail passengers worldwide. Meanwhile, Asia's ridership jumped by 9 billion between 2012 and 2017 to a staggering 26 billion. Europe accounts for 10 billion, and Latin America 6 billion. Let's bring this down to a personal level. Imagine you live in South Los Angeles and need to get to UCLA, about 15 miles away. By public transportation, your journey means at least 2 buses and 1 train, totaling around 1 hour and 45 minutes, if everything runs on time. Along the way, you'll likely walk nearly a mile just to get to stops, wait at poorly maintained shelters, and maybe deal with delays, overcrowding, or even safety concerns. Now, if you drive, you can get there in about 35 minutes during moderate traffic. No transfers, no waiting, no walking in the heat. Or say you live in Bayside, Queens, about 3.5 miles from the nearest subway station in Flushing, heading to Midtown Manhattan. Public transit means taking a bus to the Long Island Railroad station, then a 24-minute commuter rail ride to Penn Station, followed by a 20-minute walk or subway ride. That bus, it's often infrequent or slow. Total time? Over an hour, not counting waiting or possible delays. Drive your own car and you're looking at a much smoother 30 to 40-minute door-to-door trip, traffic permitting. Same cities, same distances, but 2 completely different transportation experiences. One painfully inefficient, the other relatively quick and convenient. Now think about Tokyo. Need to go somewhere 10 miles away? No problem. Just hop on a train or subway and you'll be there in 30 minutes or less. Trains run every few minutes, arrive exactly on time, and are clean, safe, and serve nearly every neighborhood. Compare that to Los Angeles or Queens, New York, where you're often waiting long periods for infrequent buses, making multiple transfers, or simply needing a car because public transit just doesn't cut it. This gap isn't just about trains versus buses, it's the result of decades of urban planning and funding choices. American cities are generally built around cars, sprawling highways, and suburban developments, while many Asian and European cities were designed transit first. Politics plays a huge role too. Take Nashville as an example. A recent New York Times article uncovered how activists funded by the Koch brothers campaigned aggressively against expanding transit, voting down light rail, tunnels, and bus routes to keep taxes low and government small. Conveniently, this also benefits Coke-related companies that make gasoline, asphalt, tires, and car parts. Another factor is what urban planning expert Robert Cervero calls delayed modernization. In many Asian countries, mass transit systems were built or updated in the 1990s and 2000s, incorporating cutting-edge technology and seamless integration. Today, 4 of the 5 busiest metro systems worldwide are in Asia: Tokyo, Shanghai, Beijing, and Seoul. Meanwhile, much of the U.S. transit infrastructure dates back to the early 20th century and struggles with underfunding, aging equipment, and a lack of political will for modernization. We also can't ignore social challenges. In New York's subway system, for example, the visibility of homelessness is a reality riders face daily, adding another layer of complexity around safety and comfort that impacts public perception. Despite these issues, there are bright spots. Cities like Washington, D.C., Boston, Chicago, San Francisco, and Seattle have decent systems, and Houston is the only major southern city to rank in the top 25 for public transit. But overall, public transportation in America often feels like a patchwork of underfunded services, inconvenient routes, and car dependency. So, what's your experience with public transportation? Have you faced long delays, overcrowding, or safety concerns? Or do you rely on a car because transit just doesn't work for you? Maybe you've encountered the challenges of homelessness in the subway, or felt the frustration of unreliable schedules. Whatever your story is, drop it in the comments below. I'd love to hear what American public transit really looks like through your eyes. And hey, if you've been watching till the end, please make sure to subscribe for more deep dives like this. Thanks for watching.